Hello everyone, and you have clicked on episode 14 of the Backrooms Documentaries. In this episode, I will go over level 7 of the Backrooms. This thalassophobic level can be a significant obstacle towards the exploration to level 8 and the others. With all the blabbering out of the way, enjoy this episode. Level 7 of the Backrooms, also known as thalassophobia, and I'm going to stop right there because I gotta disclose some information. Thalassophobia is basically the fear of the ocean. Anyways, it has a survival difficulty of class 4, unsafe, unsecure, medium entity count. Level 7 is known to be an infinite ocean that spans in all directions. Even though there is an absence of fixed light sources here, a dim natural light can be present in the ocean of level 7. Level 7 is also known for its two main areas. The entrance room is the first area you will appear in once you enter level 7. The entrance room takes the form of a normal house that's slightly flooded with water. The contents of the house have a bookshelf with books of an unknown origin, a single chair, a small coffee table, and a fluorescent ceiling lamp. The water in the entrance room is very cold, having the temperature similar to liquid nitrogen. Gravity is also altered between the two areas. Once you exit the entrance room, the gravity will be pretty intense that you'll sink into the ocean. It's impossible to swim back up. The main area is the ocean that spans infinitely in all directions. In the main area, there are these small rocky islands, but these islands are uninhabited. This area is almost completely devoid of any forms of life, and has 4 main zones depending on the depth of the ocean. The daylight zone is the most brightest zone, and nothing else is in this area, as this zone is the most barren in the ocean. The twilight zone is around a kilometer below the ocean surface, and appears darker and colder. In this zone, you will see scraps of rusted metal, loose bones, or even skeletons as a whole. The skeletons are often in a humanoid shape, but with huge differences, like having larger and sharper teeth, or even fish fins as the arms, and so on. Even fish that look alien-like can be seen in this zone, but appear as skeletons. Also, the water pressure gets pretty strong here. The midnight zone is around 3 kilometers below the twilight zone, or 4 kilometers below the ocean surface. This zone is completely dark, and you can't see a thing. Not only are there even more skeletons here, but other alien-like fish skeletons can be found here, and are described by previous observers as incomprehensible. The Abyss is the final zone of the ocean of level 7, and it's around 7 kilometers from the ocean surface, and is the most dangerous part of the ocean in level 7. The longest time someone has stayed in the Abyss was just less than 2 minutes. That's how you know it's filled with danger. There are piles of tar and rock in this zone, and there's only a rumor that the underwater mountains have caves that lead to level 8. There are only 2 entities in this level. The first entity is a level exclusive entity known as the Thing on level 7. It used to be called Entity 20 until it was replaced by another. The Thing can be described as a very large, and I'm talking a 12-kilometer long fish-like entity that resembles an enlarged barracuda. The Thing gets more aggressive to specific wanderers who know more about it, so when it comes to me, I'm basically on its wanted poster. The second entity is named Tiny, or Entity 720. Basically, it's a humanoid in a shark uniform with a spear, but I'll get more onto that in a future episode. The Thing on level 7 lives in the Midnight Zone and Upper Abyss, while Tiny lives in the Daylight and Twilight zones of the ocean. There is only one base. The base is referred to as Fort Surrender. Fort Surrender is a base consisting of around 4 to 9 people, and basically, they worship the Thing on level 7. They live on a series of those rocky islands mentioned earlier, and they are a hostile group, so stay away from them. Level 7 can be accessed by going down a staircase in level 6, and there are other ways too, but this one is the most common way. You can exit level 7 by finding an underwater mountain that shows a cave in the lower Midnight Zone, and that will lead to level 8. Moving roughly 150 meters west from the entrance room will lead one to level 9, and going unconscious while diving into the abyss will cause one to wake up in level 83, even though this method is highly unadvised. In summary, Level 7 is an infinite ocean with many zones, 2 powerful entities, and an outpost that warships the thing on Level 7. It is highly unadvised to come here if you have a deep fear of the ocean. I am Logan the Backrooms Nerd, and episode 15 will talk about every important object, but that will be tomorrow. Until then, I'll see you in the next episode.